Going on, Russell Wayne and the Main Event 365 Network. This is Jason Cabinda from the Detroit Lions, here to give y'all a shout out, man. We appreciate all the support, man. I know you guys are big fans. Know that you guys are rooting for us to take the North this year, and we're going to do just that, man. Appreciate you guys so much. Just want to give y'all a shout out. Y'all have a great day.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the NFC North Open Mic. I'm Main Event Mike on the Main Event 365, here with our panel of headliners and all of you out there in the gallery. It's open mic night, so be sure to put your comments in the comment section, and we will kick them around our panel and try to get a good answer for you. Obviously, the big news, NFC North news, the boogeyman is dead. Let's have a party. Aaron Rodgers traded to the New York Jets. He will no longer be ripping out the hearts of NFC North teams anymore, and maybe once in a while. So we are joined by our panel of headliners, and let's introduce them now. Pull them up so I can see them. Yeah, there they are. Out on the West Coast, it's our good friend Greg Rice. He's a Lions fan in California, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but we don't care because he's good at what he does. How are you, Greg?
You know, we're doing all right today. We're doing all right today, my guy.
And then from representing the Minnesota Vikings is our good friend Jameson, who you can tell by looking at him is part Norwegian. How are you, Jameson?
What's going on, man? It's a good day for the NFC North. Let's get it going.
Yes, sir. A good day indeed. And of course, the Jolly Green Giant, it's Mr. Bill the Packer fan. We're gonna hear all about it from you, Bill, today. So don't worry, we're gonna get you in there. And we're very pleased to have Mike the Bear fan back on the show tonight, Mike, after being gone for a while. And I wanted to apologize to you, Mike. I went a little hard on you last time, and then you haven't been around for a while. And then I found out that you're kind of a sensitive dude, and I didn't really know that. So, no, I'm serious. And I apologize. And, you know, moving forward, we'll take it easy on you.
No reason to apologize. I came back, made a couple reels, so I'm good with it.
No, I'm just kidding. Your team sucks. Okay. Aaron Rodgers traded to the Jets. And here's what the Packers get. They get the number 13 pick instead of the 15th pick, so they swap two. That does have value. They also get the second-round pick for the Jets, number 42. They get the sixth-round pick for the Jets, number 207. And then next year, they get a first-rounder for the Jets, but could be they get a second-rounder, but could be a first if Aaron Rodgers plays 65% of the snaps. We're going to start with Bill the Packer fan, King Cheesehead. Tell me, Bill, how you feeling right now?
I mean, I feel all right, but I mean, you pretty much broke it all down right there, man. There's really nothing else to talk about.
There's our show. Good night.
you answered your own question right there, bud. You know what I mean?
No, I didn't. How are you feeling? Is my question. Isn't it kind of weird
I feel great? It's done. I mean, I'm happy it's done before the draft. I'm ready to start moving this because, as you can see there, main event, Mike, we're looking pretty stocked on the draft capital.
Yes, sir.
You know, it's looking pretty. You know, and if that first rounder truly becomes a first rounder, you know, next year, that's our guarantee for if Jordan Love chokes and is a bum. We'll have 2 first rounders to move up. You know what I'm saying? Make our move. And I disagree with you from the other show when you said we would grab a veteran. We don't do that. We like to develop our own players. We don't like to snag others.
I think that was Greg Rice that said that. Yeah.
That was Greg Rice.
Yeah.
I do believe that. I think Green Bay could have done better. And they got to pay more because they didn't wait until after June 1st.
I think it was a very fair deal on both sides.
Yeah. I feel like that too. Jamez, what do you think? Did anybody win this trade?
I'm gonna have to be honest. I'm gonna give the Packers the win slightly on this, very slightly. I'm gonna give the Packers the win on this. I think it's pretty fair. I think what gives the Packers the win on this is the fact that I'm just gonna say it's gonna be a first round pick next year for them because Rodgers is gonna play at least 65% of the time, unless some kind of freak thing happens. Unless the Jets are getting their ass creamed, like they start off 1-6, he might fake an injury. But other than that, no, it was a pretty good deal, man. I see a lot of people don't understand the draft capital and pick. That 2 spots is very important, man, and it could potentially mean a lot of different things. A lot of people are like, oh, you potentially swap picks. No, that's not swapping. You know that you know, going 2 spots up, that actually changes things, and the player you can get, and let's just say the Packers want to trade back, it changes a lot of stuff. So I'm glad he's gone, man, but I think it was a pretty fair trade, and the Packers got a little bit more than I thought they were going to get, to be honest.
For sure.
All right. We also would like to welcome to the program Packer fan extraordinaire, Mr. John Dorn. How are you tonight, John Dorn?
How's it going, guys?
Good. Thanks for being on. So you've been ready to move on from Aaron Rodgers for a long time, John. Do you feel like you're relieved that this is over and this weight is lifted off of you?
Yeah, definitely. I was kind of ready. I was ready to leave. Have him gone after we played you guys the first game. I was done with him already. I wanted Jordan Love to go in there and see what we could do with the rest of the season, but everybody was on me on it. You know, they called me out on it. It's like, whatever. But anyways, I'm glad he's gone. He's off the books. I actually checked the cap, and he's already off the books already. And we got like about $12 million to play with right now, so that's kind of good, you know. So, you know, and I'm looking forward to Jordan Love. He's gonna be the next NFC North fucking, you know, daddy. So you guys gotta be, you know, look up to him.
All right.
Tell him.
I want to kick it back over to Bill because Bill, I know that there are some Packer fans out there that aren't like you guys ready to push this guy out the door. Look, you got your Jordan Love jersey on already.
Oh yeah,
already you got that Jordan Love jersey.
Plug that number at the
That's
end.
right.
yes, sir.
So I know aren't there some Packer fans that are sorry to see a 4-time MVP go?
Yeah, there's the older Packer fans that don't like change, but it's a part of a business. You know, Rodgers gets old. It's time to move on. It's time to do what we got to do. And hopefully Jordan Love is that man for everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I do find it really interesting, though. If you're a Packer fan, please put it in the comments. Which camp are you in? Happy to see him go or sad to see him go? I know for all of us here in the NFC North, I'm going to say we're all sad to see him go. Though there are some contingencies out there that say, no, let's let him stay because we've been owning him for the last couple of games. But on the last show, we talked about this. He's ripped our hearts out too many times. I'm personally ready to say, see you, Karen. Won't miss you.
Yeah.
Don't.
Let's move on to the next topic. Well, wait, let's get the Bears' perspective. It usually takes 2 Bear fans to get one good take. So, we'll Mike, tell me. We'll get half of it now, and then we'll get Ken Dobie on to get the other 2/3.
I personally think it was a good deal for both teams. I personally don't think he's worth a first rounder. It could possibly happen, but I personally hope he goes down. So then I wasn't wrong. But I'm happy he left the NFC North because he's dominated us ever since he's been a Packer. So
he can go down after the 12th game. He can go down. Then he's after his over 65%.
Yeah.
Then he can go down, and then we can get a really good draft pick. That'll work.
For you guys, yeah, but you guys did a good deal out of it for sure.
They did.
It took long enough for crying out loud, though. I'll tell you that.
Tell me, Russell Wayne, are you happy to see him go?
You know what? I just want to, and Bill, I hope you know that we have this all on recording because I'm going to say this, but I think that the Packers kind of took the pants off the Jets with this trade, because I think they should have waited till June 1st because the money worked out like that, and they floated out all this information about Tennessee and the Raiders and San Francisco and all these other things go out there, and all of a sudden they start sweating, and the beads of sweat going now. Oh man, I don't know, we might not be able to get him. So all of a sudden they say, okay, we'll turn that 2 into a 1, and then all of a sudden you're going to get a 1 next year. He's going to play 65% of those snaps. So I think that the Packers, I hate to say it because I hate you guys so much, but
thanks, man. Thanks. I appreciate that.
You guys owned this trade, I think, in my opinion.
Yeah. Wow, the opinion is split right down the middle in the comments, just like Aaron Rodgers has always done to this fan base, splitting it right down the middle. So super interesting. Now here comes the question, and I want to start with Jamez on this one because everybody now thinks their quarterback is the best in the division. So Jamez, we'll start with you. Who's the best quarterback now that Aaron Rodgers is gone in the NFC North?
Bro, I said it before, man. I said the second Sharon gets traded. I'm not trolling here, bro. I believe that Kirk Cousins is now the best quarterback in the NFC North. Like I said, I don't think when you compare him to Jared Goff, there's not much of a difference between the skill set and what they can bring to the table. It's kind of like a 1A, 1B situation, but I got Goff as the 1B, and I think we're gonna have to see with Justin Fields and Jordan Love right now. It's kind of like make or break with both of those guys, and to the point where we really don't know, because Justin Fields finally is going to have the team, to compete with, to have the weapons that he's going to need. And Jordan Love is, he's had the time to sit back and watch, but we just really don't know with that guy. Even though I'm going to admit, I'm hoping he flops like a fish fresh out of water, because it's going to be my time to shine. John Dorn.
So the Vikings fan thinks it's going to be the best quarterback in the division is going to be Kirk Cousins. So John Dorn, tell me, who's the best QB in the NFC North now?
Well, it's going to be Jeff. I mean, it's going to be Goff, because Cousins going to be traded in the next few days here. So, and then fucking the Vikings going to be Trey Lance. They're going to fucking bomb. So yeah,
you think they're going to trade?
But yeah,
where are you getting this info from, bro?
I like it. It's a full take. I like it.
The 49ers are going to trade for fucking Kirk Cousins. They're going to fucking swap quarterbacks and probably some picks.
I like it.
Wow.
I like it.
I love that call out, John Dorn. So John Dorn says the 49ers are going to trade Trey Lance for Kirk Cousins and some draft picks. And now Kirk Cousins goes to the Niners. So then who would be the best quarterback in the NFC North, John Dorn?
Well,
I just want to hear you say Jared Goff so I can segue over to Russ.
Well, it sure ain't going to be – it's not going to be Justin Fields, that's for sure. He's the bottom of the list. Very bottom of the list.
Okay, you got it. You got to let Mike the Bear fan respond to that. Come on. Come on. You want to respond to that, Mike the Bear fan?
Well, I personally feel that Justin Fields could develop in the after 2023 season and be the best quarterback in the NFC North. He's got plenty of weapons. This is the time for him to break out. If he don't, I mean, we got 2 first-rounders for next year.
True.
So regardless, it's a win-win for me.
Yeah.
Good frame right there. I love the way he framed that. Did you see that, Mike? That was good. That was good.
Yes. So you're saying, Mike, if Justin Fields has a season like last year, even though he's got more weapons and a better offensive line, if he fails next year, you'll be ready to move on from him.
Know how many quarterbacks I moved on from? Just saying. You know what I mean? But I believe they're going to go for offensive tackle to help out that offensive line. And then it'll be a better offensive line.
That was a dumb question.
That was great.
Ain't nobody going to be just going steady right off the first get here. I got to get to know you a little bit first there.
So when we woke up this morning, the Green Bay Packers were 20-1 odds to win to make the Super Bowl.
There you go, your old Jackson.
Right after the trade, the odds in Vegas went to 50-1 for the Green Bay Packers to make it to the Super Bowl. So I think that tells you all you need to know. And just like Bill, the Packer fan, is telling us, there's going to be a drop-off at quarterback, supposedly. We will see. So interesting. Let us know in the comments what you think. What do we got in the comments so far, Russ?
I was gonna hit that. Well, Earl Jackson says that Jared Goff is the only quarterback that has been to a Super Bowl, best quarterback in the
that's
NFC
a
North.
great call out.
Yeah, that the defense carried them. The defense carried them.
Are we really? Can that really be the reason why he's the best in the North? He was proven, goddamn it, to be the weakest link on that team. He got moved around because he was the weakest link on that team.
How many games did he win last 2 years?
I love the condescending laugh coming from the team that hasn't been in a Super Bowl. Like, I'm not going to condescending laugh.
Hey, Russell, if he was so transcendent, and such a good quarterback, and the Lions wouldn't have went 3-13 the same year he got there, goddammit.
He was in a Super Bowl, something me and you know nothing about.
Right. but he has to get Detroit there. They don't have the Rams defense. He's got to get Detroit there now. Bro, they put up 3 points in that Super Bowl.
And Rams fucking kick him to the curb.
Russell, they put up 3 points in that Super Bowl, bro. 3 points is how much they put up in that Super Bowl, bro. I'm telling you.
It's the NFC North Open Mic night. We have all 4 teams represented here. You can also call in and join the conversation. Call 872-216-9360. Someone will answer the phone. I guarantee that. Whether you get on or not, I don't know. If your take sucks and you're worried about it, don't worry. We already know your take sucks.
Yeah.
This is the home of sucky takes. Hey, and that reminds me, Russ, do we want to go over the rules of this game here with them?
Well, okay. We want to do this. I got to bring the rules out. Come back around to me. I'm going to get them ready. I'll get them ready. I'll get them ready.
Is Jameson Williams going to fucking bet on this or not?
I
hope not.
Jameson Williams is given 2-1 odds the Lions win the division this year.
I like that.
Hey, I'm curious. How come we're all over this Aaron Rodgers topic, but I haven't heard one thing about this Detroit Lions topic.
Okay, let's go.
I've been tiptoed around all night long. You know what I mean?
No. That's okay.
For this to be brought out.
Do you want to go first?
Yeah,
would you like to?
I'll take it first.
Okay, you go first. Take a swing at it.
Right?
We deserve it.
I like it.
Right when you were
You guys are great.
Stop playing with us.
Great, man. That's great.
All right, so that's Bill's take.
Okay,
that was a good take too.
That was great.
That was good though. That was good.
Yeah, anybody else? Come on, John Dorn, bring it.
Let's get it out the way.
I just think he's your cancer, man, in your locker room. He's just a cancer, man.
All right.
He's too fucking golf underneath the bus.
Let's
all
hear
right,
what Jamez got to say.
What do you make of all this gambling situation with the Detroit Lions?
Now, don't get me wrong. Anything that could potentially have the Lions even a little bit weaker, I'm all for it. But I think it was kind of. I don't really like the 6 games on Jameson Williams, man. You got if I was him and I was his agent, I'm telling my agent we got to play the young guy card. Look, I'm the rookie. I'm being influenced by these guys who've been in the league already. You know what I'm saying? They all up in my ear chirping. I didn't know what I was got going on, and at least he was smart enough not to bet on NFL stuff. You know what I'm saying? I think he can at least get that dropped down to 3 or 4 games. But I think that the Lions offense, man, they're going to have to deal with that. I think the Lions might have to end up burning a pick on wide receiver this year that they weren't planning on it. It's just a good thing for them that they have the pick to use for it. You probably can use that Hockenson one.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that because something that Russell Wayne and I talking about this, it dawned on me. This is the end result of an investigation by the NFL, okay? And by the way, bet on college games, bet on pro games. This was months ago that this happened. They've known about this for a very long time as they investigated it, and we did not hear about it until the punishment was handed out. So the Lions made the trade for Marvin Jones. They already knew, I promise you, they already knew what was going to happen when they made that trade for Marvin Jones.
They didn't
Makes
train
sense.
for him. They
That-
just
that
signed him.
actually-
out.
I'm sorry. That's what I meant. I'm sorry. When they signed Marvin Jones, they already knew about this. And look, here's the Lions starting wide receivers: Marvin Jones. You got Josh Reynolds, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Khalif Raymond.
Who?
Yeah. Only the best punt returner in the league.
Yeah, that would be Nixon from the Packers.
That'd be Keyshawn Nixon, huh?
Who?
Yes, thank you, sir.
Good counter.
I'll
Good counter.
I'll give you that one.
Yeah.
So there you go. I don't think
Thornburg.
we're affected by Russ. Tell him we're not affected by this.
And what world is? Will you bring that last comment back? You guys are still gonna have a lot of good offense, but in what world are you stacked without stacked? Are you just throwing that word out there? That's my guy. That's my guy. Though. I know him for a while.
So here's the thing, guys. Like what they're trying to say in the comments here is that the team that went 9-8 is the team that you're getting, even without Jamo. Jamo only played a handful of snaps.
But you had a lucky fluke season last year.
We'll see. You might be right.
You did. You did.
I'm gonna agree with John Dorn on this one.
All right.
Lucky fluke season.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You caught us on our one bad season in a decade. You caught
And
the
it
Bears in
better
the middle of a
take it.
rebuild. So you guys caught a little lucky break. That luck is going to slowly, as these years progress on, we're going to go up, and the Lions are going to go. You know what I mean?
Bill, I can't believe you and John are calling the Detroit Lions lucky when we got the fucking Vikings in the division.
I
man.
Greg, when you throw shit at the wall so many times, it eventually sticks. Buddy.
I get it. I get it, man. Man, calling the Lions lucky, we earned that second half win streak, man.
Oh, yeah.
Look at
And there
You wanna say
wasn't much
luck?
luck in there. There was some blowouts in there. There were some
Greg's
beatdowns
ready to
in there.
nail this one.
Against playoff teams.
Yeah.
Hey, the way the John Dorn, no, seriously, the way the trajectory is going and the moves the Lions have made, they should be good enough to at least get 2 more wins out from last year. At least 11 wins. That's got to be the bar. That's got to be the bar in Detroit right now. At least 11 wins, man.
What the same?
Yeah, and luck or not, Dorn. I mean, you may be right. Maybe it was all luck last year, but the bottom line is the pretty much the same. Their roster actually is a better team that they're putting out there without even going to the draft. Without even going to the draft. So you're gonna get. I'm keeping a list. I'm making a list of all you guys. You guys talk. I want you guys to talk all the smack you can talk about Jamo right now, because here's the thing: he's not out for the season. He didn't destroy the locker room credibility. He's not gonna mess with Frank Ragnall's head and the leaders on our team. It doesn't mess with the culture of our team. They're gonna come out and they're gonna ball.
Jackson be a Lion.
And when I will revisit this, talk your smack now, and I will revisit this week 7 when he has a $180, 2 tutties on you, and then I'll say, okay.
Hey, Russell, that's funny because me and Dorn have been collecting your guys' clips of saying Jordan Love is going to be a bum.
Well,
by week 7, we're going to have a
never
lot to
find
talk
a clip.
about.
You won't find a clip of me calling him a bum.
But by week 7, we're going to have a lot of talking.
We'll all have a lot to talk about, you guys. I love it.
Yep. But you know what? We won't be talking about Aaron Rodgers, and that makes me very happy.
Oh, that was
Great, man.
You like that?
I know it's
good
weird
shit.
being a Packer fan going into next year's offseason without no drama. Like, what are we going to do with ourselves?
Yeah.
Exactly.
We'll have to go follow the Jets just so we can laugh.
Good shit.
So, Bill, go ahead and plug all your stuff, brother. Get out there and plug all your stuff, man. I'm gonna put your last video that you just put up for Aaron Rodgers right into the chat.
Okay. Yeah, make sure you guys come subscribe at Bill the Packer Fan on YouTube. Great content, good takes. We got breaking news. I mean, we posted the Rodgers move. 2 minutes after it was posted everywhere.
That's
we
right.
were on it. We had videos out. So if you want your breaking news, you know where to go. We're the one-stop shop for the Packers.
That's Bill the Packer Fan on YouTube. Check him out. Is that at Bill the Packer Fan?
Yep.
On YouTube.
You can find me on Facebook as well.
Very nice. And don't forget, folks, Bill is going to be on the main event draft special Thursday, April 27th at 7 p.m. Eastern time. That's Eastern time at 7. We go live on Facebook. We're going to have, hopefully, this whole panel will be there. It's going to be a lot of fun. We'll be broadcasting live from the Lions Den. We're going to have analysis, special guests, some jokes, maybe some music, some food that y'all can't have. It's going to be a great time.
So DVR address
check that out this Thursday. We're bringing you the NFL draft, and we're going to go pick by pick and let you know what happens. It sure is going to be interesting. So the over-under, guys, that we're setting for trades in the draft. Last year, there were 9 trades in the first round. Bill, the Packer fan, over-under 7 this year.
Over 7 for sure.
Over 7 this year.
A lot of teams are making moves. A lot of teams are rebuilding.
Okay. So. Over 7, Greg?
I'm taking the over, man. Like I said, you just look at the state of the AFC and the NFC. NFC is clearly lacking. So there's some teams probably looking to move up, some sneaky dark horse teams to get in that convo of a playoff run. And then you look at the AFC, an absolute loaded conference. You know there's going to be some moving parts in that. Definitely taking the over on that.
Russell Wayne, over under 7 trades in the first round.
I mean, I've had all of the worst takes this week. I'm like 0 for 100 this week, so I might as well. I'm going to take the under, man. That everybody's going to calm down and it's a bunch of smoke, and everybody's just going to make their picks.
Well, you know what? I tend to go with you, Russ, because your track record is doggone good. Okay, last year, for those that don't know, Russell Wayne accurately predicted 13 out of 18 NFL weeks with the point spread. So quite a good run. We'll see if that was a fluke like the Lions season there, John Dorn, or if he can do it again this year. It sure is going to be interesting. But one thing I know is that with 2 picks in the first round, this team's going to be better than they were last year. This gambling thing, we can put this to bed. As fans, it doesn't bug us a bit. We're Lions fans, man. We've been through this exercise of futility for the last 60 years. This is nothing to us. And for that team, I think that Dan Campbell has built a mentally strong team, and this isn't even going to be a blip on the radar for them. J-Mo wasn't a major contributor. He might have been a major plan for this year, but the offense is built around Jared Goff and what he can do, and the draft is just going to make us better. So let's move on to the next topic with that being said.
I can't, Mike. I can't because I get called out here, and this is justifiable. I have to come in here and I have to eat my crow. I put a video out, and I'm going to let you guys make fun of me on it. I'm going to use it to promote our YouTube channel. You can go to Main Event 365 and you can see my god awful take on Aaron Rodgers being traded after June 1st. So go ahead and make fun of me. Go
ahead, Dorn. Take a shot, buddy. Take a shot.
No. I'm good.
Damn, John Dorn isn't going to take a shot. He's that happy Rodgers is gone. Wow.
I'm just happy, man. He's off the books. He's already off the books. I mean, that makes me
hey, let me bring this up too while we're just sitting here talking. The Packers, the Jets took over 100% of his contract.
I seen that.
Every single guarantee. We're only on the hook for what money he was already earned, and we owe him.
Nice. Right. It was a good deal.
When you add that in, I think they do have to lean to Green Bay winning this trade, even though the Jets are laughing at that because they got a Hall of Fame quarterback.
Yeah, but something's fishy, though, because like Mike, the Bear fan scene, he went to over the cap, was it, Mike? And it said they already had Rodgers moved over, but his cap hit was only $15.1 million.
15.79.
Now, I know he did say he was willing to reconstruct. Maybe he already had a deal set that once the trade was done, I'll sign this, and you could play with the money, because I know he 100% said that before, the deal went through. So
do you break any of that? Do you break any of that down in your video?
No, I just explained in our video what exactly the compensation was.
Okay.
So because that was literally seconds after it was posted on the internet, they were on it.
It leaves us about roughly $12 million right now.
Yeah,
it's like 11
there was some in the deal where if he got traded before June 1st, we would have to give up a certain percentage of that $40.3 million this year. So it hit us for like 21 or something like that.
Yeah.
So
yeah, but that would have worked out. But that's why I thought it was going to happen after June 1st, because that would have worked out better for, for everybody, because you could have given that 20 million, you would have had 50 million. Like there was 50 million reasons for you to wait.
It was all about that draft capital, though.
But you played them and got that pick.
True, but the only thing I'm confused about is they only had like not even $9 million, and that's high, and now they're negative almost 7. So I'm totally confused on that money. They haven't talked about, because against the cap right now, it's saying is literally 15.79 million this year.
Yeah, they got some. They got some in the works.
All I know is
Something.
Aaron Rodgers is New York's problem now.
Because I've been saying all along, like, if they take Rodgers full contract, they don't have enough money. They barely had enough money for the draft capital. You know what I mean? Now, basically, they're going to have multiple players reconstruct or something to give money back to even afford Rodgers.
And their draft class, though.
Yeah, exactly.
That's 8 to 12. Right there.
Yeah,
I think it is huge that the Jets were able to retain a first-round draft pick, right? I mean, the Packers easily could have stuck to their guns and said, no, we want pick 13. And no, we're not giving you 15. That's our pick. We're giving you Aaron Rodgers. We want pick 13. I think it's amazing that the Jets were able to keep their first-round pick. They'll still be able to take a nice big left tackle at 15 to protect their diva.
In a way, I was kind of hoping that they actually fucking traded Bakhtiari with them.
I would still see this thing take a lot of money off our cap.
Oh yeah, that'd be a lot of money.
And then we took that draft pick and replaced it.
John Dorn, you're just ready to cut ties with this dude altogether. John Dorn just switched from State Farm just before we went on this program.
I like Bakhtiari, I really do. But next
he's
year,
injury prone now. He's injury prone.
And
he's very reliable when he's not injured, though.
Yeah,
John Dorn's the type of guy that like slashes tires after relationships are over. He gets all
right. Bust out your windows.
I always cut the stems off. That's all.
John Dorn would have a rifle when
get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
Well, Christopher said he restructured. Well, where did you see that at? Because I haven't seen it anywhere.
Ooh, Bakhtiari, he did.
Our very unreliable source from our comments, it says that he restructured.
I think what's going to happen is this year, if he plays good and plays most of the games, then we might restructure him. That's what I'm thinking, maybe down the road, or we cut him or we trade him next year.
Hey, real quick, since I got Bill and John here, sorry, Mike, I'm not trying to do a hostile takeover. Just real quick, man. So I'm sure you guys saw that interview with Bakhtiari. It was 3 hours long, but the condensed version. Man, he said you guys are in a rebuild, man, and I'm looking at this as like a retool. Do you think he was kind of taking a shot at the Packers, or was he just being honest? Or I mean, how do you guys feel about that?
Comments, but in some of his comments, I did. And there was a few shots where he took at the GM Brian Gutekunst.
Yeah,
but other than that, I think he was spot on. But we're reloading. We're retooling.
Yeah, that's what I look at.
Under a rebuild, we're just retooling a few positions.
Yeah, but he went out of his way to say the word rebuild at least twice, man.
But for me, he was trying to get part of that trade deal. He wanted to go with Rodgers to New York. He figured out
that's what I'm thinking. Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah. How do you feel about that, John Dorn? About the rebuild?
Well, see, I think what happened was he's thinking that the offense has got to rebuild.
Yeah,
the defense don't need rebuilding at all.
I can agree to that. The offense is in a rebuild mode.
I think that's what you're talking about, rebuild on the offense. I mean,
good point.
We got to get tight ends. We got to get another offensive lineman to be nice. You know, we need receivers. I mean, we only got 5 receivers on our roster right now.
5.5 million.
I asked you guys last week. What do you think the Packers would take at 15? I think you both told me tight end. You both like Dalton Kincaid. Yeah. Do you think now that you're picking at 13 that's too early to get a tight end?
I think they'll go pass rusher.
I don't know because I keep hearing that Ohio State receiver link back to the Packers.
JSN?
I've been hearing that too.
So
I think he would be a great addition.
I want to take it.
Gutekunst seems to be the type of guy that's not routine. He's definitely, he likes to move things around and change things up. So I wouldn't be surprised if he did get a wide receiver. And I wouldn't be surprised if he did. Well, you know what I mean?
Well,
I wouldn't be surprised
considering that they've never drafted a skill position player in the first round. You're telling me you wouldn't be surprised?
No, I wouldn't be surprised at all. They
I mean,
go
Aaron Rodgers'
They
entire
could go wide
career,
receiver.
they drafted 0 skill positions in the first round for his entire career, Bill.
That was
And
a
you
different
you
GM.
won't
That
be
was a
surprised.
different
True.
GM. That was a different GM
True,
as
Bill.
well. So
True.
it's a
And if
new
you
time,
know-
I could actually, if the right price, I think they could move back, get more picks. I could actually see that.
I mean, hell, we're already sitting at 11 or 12.
Yeah,
got a lot right now.
I'm going to be honest
How many
with you,
more
Donovan.
you got,
I'm thinking you guys are moving up off
Yeah,
some
you
of those
guys
day
are
3
moving
picks.
up. There's
That
there's
is
somebody you're targeting.
too many guys. That's
That's
too big of a draft
I
class.
agree with Russell. I think there's somebody we're targeting for us just to throw in to move us up 2 more spots. Like something just seems fishy. What is really 2 more spots unless you're trying to move up and grab
And
somebody?
the top of the NFL draft, 2 spots. It's amazing what people will move up to get 8 spots up in the
like a
draft.
third
What are you guys willing to give us?
Damn right. Damn right.
Come on. I mean, that's very important that you move up those 2 spots, because then you're moving out of that tight end category. Maybe you might be able to get one of these top end pass rushers, or one of these high end wide receivers. Yeah, that would just tickle me to death. I swear to God, that would tickle me to death to see you guys grab the wide receiver.
I'll be mad if they don't get they gotta get a pass rusher, the first pick. The right wide receiver worth number 1 right now. In the tight end ain't worth a first round right now. It's just
there'll be guys like Miles Murphy, Lucas Van Ness be available there at 13. John, it looked really good there for rushing the passer, and I agree. If I were the Packers, I would definitely go defense in the first round, and you know they can get tight end. There's a deep tight end class. Maybe in the second round they add a weapon.
Yeah.
Maybe you get another free agent wide receiver. There's a few out there.
Get Washington or.
Yeah,
I mean, you could pick up another veteran before the season starts to go with your young receivers. Let's face it, how many receivers do you? I mean, you got Christian Watson, Romeo Dobbs. They're young, right? And they're showing a lot of promise. I don't see the need to take a wide receiver in the first round if I'm the Green Bay Packers.
What if 1 or 2 of them go down? We're literally screwed. You got
yeah, exactly. Good point, Bill.
Right. Yeah, just don't let him stand next to Sammy Watkins.
I think we need a solid number 3 that's a veteran. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe we trade for Jerry Jeudy or something.
Yeah.
You know, we don't need no D-Hop. We don't need no big, talented, overpaid star. Yeah. I mean, just a veteran presence in that wide receiver room will make a whole difference.
Good point.
Yeah.
And that comment right there, Bill, it kind of tells me that you guys are in that retool, because that's exactly what you would do. You're not going to go and try to get that $18 million wide receiver right now, because you guys aren't like all in on a championship. You guys are in that transition. It's not saying that you guys couldn't do good with overplaying by Jordan Love. Let's face it, guys. Let's face it. If Jordan Love plays well, it's a different ball game, because the rest of that team is pretty solid.
Yeah, and a lot of these guys on this show will be eating crow, because I got it saved. I've been clipping and clipping, boys.
I like it, Bill.
Not as many as if Justin Fields pans out, that's for sure.
I'll be real, man.
But is he gonna make it the full season?
Man.
Oh, good times.
It's going to be well. Speaking of Mike, you should plug your stuff, because you got something going on Wednesday, correct? You got your Wednesday show.
Yeah, Hallis Hall Report. You can find me on YouTube. Mike the Bear Fan. Both my pages are on Facebook. Definitely, it's going to be a draft special before the draft, and then I'll be live with you guys on Thursday.
It's going to be awesome. It's going to be great. We're going to have a lot of special guests and some in-depth analysis and some really terrible takes on Thursday the 27th at 7 p.m. Eastern time.
Is that me or is that him?
That's him. I mean,
we got Mad Max running the show.
Karma.
One report that I thought was interesting is that Aaron Rodgers will report number 8 for the New York Jets. The number that he wore in college, which I commend Aaron Rodgers for that, because
is this
Joe
on purpose?
gave him a blessing to wear number 12. And I told you guys this a month
I'm
ago.
not upset.
It's not on purpose, Mike. We have to stop you. We have to stop you because your voice is doing a weird thing.
Yeah,
It sounded pretty Robotron there for a second.
Yeah,
so
are you hosting from hell? What is going on there?
He's hosting from the basement. You know the Lions.
Yeah, you sound like a demon. You sound like a demon.
But yeah, is this chat? What is this chat? Green Bay. I don't know if it. No, this isn't a Green Bay Packer
Still
chat.
sound like a robot.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's something wrong with you, bud.
Maybe leave and come back real quick.
We are planning to take you over.
It's definitely him.
That was pretty
Yeah,
good.
it's definitely you,
Oh
Mike.
man. Yeah.
Jump
Oh,
out,
God.
jump back in.
Yeah, if he jumps out and jumps back in, we're having a little bit of technical difficulties. We got Big Dan Davis. Oh, he moved.
Hey,
He
what are
moved.
you doing there, man?
Yeah, I was reading
Yeah.
Big Dan Davis. You sound like a robot main event, Mike.
Yes.
I am
Best take he's ever had.
Oh.
He came from the future. It's
He gets me all the time.
2150. That's when the Lions win their Super Bowl, and it's going to be great. That actually wasn't in there. The McDonald's internet. There we go. Mike's
That's
at
right.
McDonald's. Mike's
I'm not
getting double chicken McNugget. Let's see if we got
Hey.
Robotron. Oh,
Hey.
There he is.
Am I back?
You are back.
Oh, you're clear.
Be
Yeah.
sure to call 872-216-9360 if you want to call in and talk to our panel. It's the NFC North Open Mic. We are live every Monday at 7 p.m. live on Facebook. Right now, we're talking about the state of the NFC North post Aaron Rodgers. And we have this
I'm not
conversation
upset
every
about
Monday,
it.
Russ. Are we ready to unveil the Den Commandments?
I didn't find my Den Commandments, but I think I got them up here. So one of the first things is we want to be able to get everybody a chance to have a good take, right? So I figured that we had to come up with the Den Commandments, the Lions Den Commandments. So Mike, follow with me right here. So in a open mic fight club, like a NFC North Open Mic Fight Club. What's the first rule of Fight Club?
Oh, you don't talk about Open Mic Fight Club.
No.
Tell everybody.
No, this is good.
Yeah.
No, this is the opposite of that. We want to tell everybody about that. So we're going to put you onto here, and we want you to be able to like the Facebook page, follow the Facebook page. If not, then why would I want to edit something with your face on it? So please share the content with other people. Number 2 is that we don't really want to talk over anybody anymore here.
I'm not upset about it.
It's called the John Dorn rule.
Like we understand.
I'm not upset about it.
We understand when somebody's making a bad take, the first reaction is to just want to jump in and be like, that take sucks. But you don't have to. We have it on tape. So we need to let them finish their shitty take so we can capture it forever and ever and ever. So let them finish their take. Rule number 3 is the Ken Dobie rule. Where's Ken Dobie at? No.
He's on vacation.
Oh, no, he's actually finishing his 4-part Netflix series on how Dante Pettis is going to be a great number 4 wide receiver. Number 4 comes out today. So we want to keep our takes under a minute here. We're going to put a timer in next week to make it a little bit easier for everybody. So the Ken Dobie rule is rule number 3. Rule number 4 on the profanity. We don't really mind the profanity all that much on here that much. Just don't use it as filler word. If you're not smart enough, which we already know that you're not, then you have to be able to, use a different word other than the F-bomb as your filler word, and we'd be cool. I don't mind if you drop a couple of them here and there. And then, this is where the bad takes live. This is where the bad takes live forever. And we're going to prove here at the main event 365 that you can be average and kind of not so good at your job and still be successful.
Look at Jameson.
Right. We are shattering. We are breaking the norms and shattering stereotypes here at the main event. We are living proof of that old saying. You guys all know this saying. Find something you love to do something that you love, and you'll never make a dime in your life. So we are living that dream here at the main event. So there you have it. The Den Commandments. Boy, were they sounded better when we were talking on the phone about it than to what they came off as. So who now is the best quarterback in the AFC East? That's what I want to talk about. Ooh. Is Karen the best quarterback in the AFC East now, Bill the Packer fan?
I don't know, man. It's going to be rough. He's got some tough competition coming up ahead of him.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I know I'm definitely going to follow and pay attention. You know what I mean?
Is he going to coast to 13 wins like he does in this division?
I don't know, but I hope he coasts to 12 games so we can get that first round pick. I have to go over there and hold him up at some point. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Hey, man, Mike, he's the best quarterback in that division, man. I know one of the things that's gonna be good for me because now Josh Allen, he ain't about to have that Buffalo, this little cakewalk they've been having. Tua and Miami's getting better. I'm telling you right now, this is the Jets division to win right now. I'm telling you guys right there, he's the missing piece. just off the fact that he kind of looked like poop last year, he's due for a bounce back year. That's why I'm glad he's gone and we won't have to deal with it. But yeah, he's about to tear Josh Allen a new one.
I don't know. Miami's had a great offseason. They've made some big moves. They've got maybe the best cornerback duo in the NFL with Xavier Howard and Jalen Ramsey. I mean, they're already got two of the best wideouts, and then on the other side of the ball, they got two of the best corners. Miami's going to be tough, man. And then, of course, you got Bill Belichick, and if Mac Jones has a bounce back year, Aaron Rodgers is going to have to play these guys twice to boot. It's not going to be a cakewalk like it's been for him in the last few years in the NFC North. I want to ask you, Greg Rice, what do you think about that?
About Aaron Rodgers being the best quarterback in that division?
What's he going to be looking at facing these teams now instead of the Bears and the Vikings and the Lions?
I mean, let's just keep it 100 all the way around, you guys. This division's been subpar since Aaron Rodgers has been here. Bears had a couple good years. Lions competed once upon a time in 2014. The Vikings have been kind of on and off. It seems like every third year they're able to kind of challenge the Packers. This AFC East that he's going to is not a pushover. I look at it really as one of the best conferences in the NFL. As Mike just touched on, you look at that Dolphins secondary, not just the cornerback room, that might be the best in the NFL right there. Tua, if he can stay healthy, I actually got the Dolphins taking that division this year. With the Jets playing a close second and the Bills actually taking a step back into third, I could actually see 3 wildcard teams coming out of that conference or that division specifically. So as of right now, I've actually personally, just based on last year, I'd say Aaron Rodgers is the 3rd best quarterback in that division, behind Tua and behind Josh Allen.
Wow.
And then he takes a hit off the pen. That's boss shit.
You want that take? Baby?
Well, here's the thing. The Jets don't really have a whole lot besides Lazard, in my view. You know what I mean? Tua's beat up. They can barely stay healthy. So, I mean, don't look out Brady. He's got a year just to sit. He might come in for a half year with that offense and defense.
No.
Let him finish. Let him finish.
I was finished, but go ahead. I take all bad takes but one. Main event Mike called me out on that just the other day.
Hey, we've had so many bad takes on this show now. We're kind of immune to them by now.
I'm glad I wasn't part of none of that.
Hey, Mike, don't get it twisted, man. Rodgers has got some shit to throw to over there, man. Tyler Conklin, Garrett Wilson, Lazard. They got Breece Hall over there running the ball.
I know they got Breece.
To go with that defense, I'm telling you, brother, the Jets going to win that's about 11-win team.
That's right. That's right. That's my guy right there. Moneyappolis is right on with that.
Yeah, but Rodgers don't like to practice.
Shit, he don't need to practice.
I'm wondering
with new receivers and everything else.
Man, Rodgers just needs everybody else to show up and do their job, man. That's it.
What was Bill saying?
What do you say, Bill?
I was saying, Jameson, would that Jets team beat the Minnesota Vikings? Since you're boosting them so much, let's hear your real talk here, buddy.
If Aaron Rodgers bounced back, they probably could.
I mean,
if Aaron Rodgers
Aaron Rodgers is on, will most likely beat the Jets.
The Vikings. The Vikings will probably beat the Jets, but the Jets. The Vikings probably beat the Jets, but the Vikings will go down by 28 at halftime first. And then
hey, Bill, I think you need to remember who stopped the Jets' hot streak last year when they were red hot, whooping everybody's ass, including the Packers. Who stopped them, Bill? Who knocked them off their high horse?
That was the Detroit Lions, Jamez.
Lions played them after us, man.
Jamez,
Stop
can
it.
we get you on the record? Let's get Jamez's thoughts on Jordan Love. I want to get this on the record for the public all to see and hear.
So you think I'm worried about your? Okay, I'll go. Bill, I don't even mind you. I don't mind the blowback. You know that, man. Jordan Love is about to flop like a goddamn fish press off, like a bad mixtape, like a fish you just like. You know, every time in a while, you know, when you're getting the fish off the hook and it pops off and it's wobbling all on the ground, you got to kick it back into the water. Jordan Love, I'm telling you, this is gonna be my time to shine because a lot of stuff I said about the Packers is gonna come true. Bill, I want you to clip this. Matt LaFleur, you guys been making it seem like he's such a great head coach. Bill, he's not going to have that guy Rodgers to hold his hand across the street anymore.
Hey, we were guys thinking the same thing with your coach too, because what is he, a one-year coach? He got a few seasons.
You think Christian Watkins really
quarterbacks last season? Jamez, you played 4 backup quarterbacks last season. Will you get that lucky this year?
Okay, one of the backups is pretty damn good.
Answer a question with the question. Answer a question with an answer. Come on, buddy.
Okay, what's the question?
The question is, was that a fluke of a season? Are you going to play 4 backup quarterbacks this year as well?
I think we would have won those games no matter who the quarterback was.
Oh man,
that's my answer. I don't understand.
And the Bears should have won the 7 games they lost by 1 score.
Hell, if you want to go that route, motherfucker, there's a lot you got to think, Bill. We won a lot of one position games, but that was because of Kirk Cousins having the ice in his goddamn veins.
Right,
being clutch that
time out here, time out. No, Jamal, I gotta cut you off of that. So look, Kirk Cousins played amazing.
That's not true.
Let's just run through this AFC East sweeping last year of the Vikings. Look, David Berrios drops a for sure touchdown in the end zone. You guys end up playing Skylar Thompson from the Dolphins. Hunter Henry's touchdown called back. Josh Allen
that was no good
in the end zone. Come on, man. Look, Football Outsiders put out the best article about the Minnesota Vikings, the most fraudulent 13-win team in NFL history, bar none. Bar none.
I'll hit the pen. Hey, Greg, if I can get 13 wins every year, I'll get called fraudulent every goddamn year. And with that Bills game, and that's another person whose fire we put out, bro. Kirk Cousins is the reason that Josh Allen was exited out of the MVP race, bro. We came back from 17 down. That was karma. Kirk Cousins put the fucking Buffalo Bills fire out, bro. He put their fire out on the road.
I do agree with Jamez on that, man. Look, when it comes down to it, Allen's got a lot to prove, man. And coming into a division now with Aaron Rodgers and hopefully a healthy Tua, man, I'm running out of excuses for this guy. Look, I love watching Josh Allen play, one of the best athletes in the NFL. But, man, it's hard to consider him elite anymore, man. He's had a top defense and a top receiver core that has had his back and has got nothing done in the playoffs.
But
Greg, imagine any other North team. Imagine any North team with a top 3 defense and weapon, just an all-around team like that. Just imagine your quarterback having that convenience, bro. Look at all the extra possessions you get with the turnovers and them holding people to 16 damn points a game.
Jamez, I did see that with the Packers a couple of years ago.
Yeah. Well, that was a fluke.
From a Viking fan.
Who's gonna let that run? No Packers fans gonna retort? That 13-3 season? Trust me, you guys could get it too. For your flopping against the Niners.
Hey, are you guys ready? Are you guys ready to hear Ken Doby explain to us how the Packers got fleeced?
Hold on, Russell. Tell him the rules first. Tell him the rules.
Let's do it.
Well, man, there's not enough.
Ken Doby, welcome to the program, Chicago Bear fan. How are you doing today? A man who's known in some circles, believe it or not, as DJ Dominator, Ken Bear Down Doby.
I like it.
What do you think of this Aaron Rodgers trade, Ken?
Well, first off, you dug deep to get the old DJ name from college. That was like 30 years ago. But
I like it.
You know, the trade was okay. It was nothing impressive. I mean, they swapped first-round picks. Big deal. The best part for Green Bay is the 65% of the plays the second rounder next year turn to first rounder. That's the catch for them, right? I mean, on face value, it's an okay trade, nothing major, but the silver lining the silver lining for Green Bay is that second rounder that could turn into a first. And I think that's going to turn into a first because barring injury, I think, Rodgers will be playing every down for the Jets. So I mean, that's the best part of the whole trade. I mean, it's good insurance in a way for the Jets, because if he gets hurt, they don't lose a first rounder. If he plays all year and he does what they expect him to do, they won't care because they're thinking that's going to be a very late first rounder, right? That's the whole reason they're making this trade is to win the Super Bowl now. So,
but they're not going to make the Super Bowl. Aaron Rodgers will get hurt after Week 12, and they're going to only win 4 or 5 games, and we're going to be right back to have that number 1 pick. Hell yeah!
I want to point.
Or he could smack his hand off a helmet in the first throw.
Mike, man, I want to point something out right here. Ken that was like the closest thing that I think I've ever heard to a compliment. It was kind of
Me too.
Was it kind of a compliment? It was almost like
a backhanded compliment.
Yeah, it kind of
sucked. It was kind of like not suck, but it's still kind of
no.
Suck,
It's
suck.
It doesn't. It's not a bad trade for either team. Green Bay didn't get everything they thought they were going to get. Like, the fan, we're going to get 2 first rounders and blah, 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 blah.
Thought they were.
Yeah, exactly. They swapped first rounds. They moved down 2 spots, big whoop. And if you think about it, moving down 2 spots would get you almost what they got in the Rodgers trade. So it was nothing special. It was it helps Green Bay because it gets rid of their headache. The fan base in Green Bay is happy because the fan base is happy because now they can move on to Jordan Love. So everyone got to do what they needed to do. No one really got fleeced. It was I said it earlier. It was a lackluster trade. But the silver lining for Green Bay is they might get that additional first rounder next year.
Yeah, but do you realize that us swapping that first round picks is that's actually giving an extra 3rd pick? You know that?
Yeah, I mean you got what, a 7th rounder late out of that too or something. I mean, like I said, it wasn't like
6th rounder.
6.
Yeah.
Number so 2, it wasn't.
They also get second round this year, number 42. That's a player in the top 42. That's pretty good too for an aging player, and they take away the entire contract, giving them the capital.
So, that's what I'm saying. It wasn't like an oh my gosh blockbuster deal. It was a deal where both teams got done what they need to get done. Green Bay can now move on. The Jets can now
number 8.
Yeah, the Jets can now, make their win now push this year. I mean, so everyone's happy.
You like that?
All right, here's the next question, Ken. As a Bear fan, are you happy to see him go?
Tomato at this point.
This is a man. This is a man.
Wow.
This is a man who walked up to your front row at Soldier Field and said, "I own you."
To the season ticket holders at that.
Tell me you're not happy to see him go.
Yeah, in a way you are, but in a way, but you know what though? In a way, you want to beat him and not just have him leave. So from one aspect, yeah, great, he's not in the division. But from the other side, you wanted to beat him and then have him leave the division.
There is no other side, Ken.
Don't hold your breath on beating Aaron Rodgers. 21, the Bears are 3 and 21
I know, Greg.
the Packers.
I didn't want to say it, Greg. I didn't even want to say it.
Greg, I know that. I know that, but wouldn't you rather beat him and then look at this way. I would rather have this situation like when the Red Wings left the Western Conference. It was because the Chicago Blackhawks beat him in double overtime in a Game 7. And we kicked him out of single overtime in a Game 7. We kicked him out of the division. That's how you want Rodgers to go. You want to beat Rodgers the last time you play him in the division, then get the hell out of my division.
Hey, I agree, but was that ever going to happen?
With that.
Hey,
who knows?
So does that tap your ass knowing that the Lions got to beat them last in the North and you couldn't get to that?
No, because the Lions own you.
You gotta be. It's like you gotta be.
Hey, Bill, that's exactly what he's saying. He's mad that he didn't get his lick back. He wanted to whip that ass a little bit before he left. He like, damn, Rodgers is leaving the pack. He's like, damn, Rodgers is leaving after beating us years straight.
We'll be able to hang
I mean, we could just say he's running scared. Look at Rodgers ran away. He's scared.
You can stop covering up.
He's scared.
It never happened.
He's scared. You know, you can
his last game in Lambeau, or his last game as a Packer, a loss to the Detroit Lions is something that I think we're planning on a banner ceremony for that game coming up.
That's so
We're going to be
Lions.
taking a banner
I love
for the field for that. It was pretty awesome. I mean, after the game, Aaron Rodgers was so frustrated he threw his helmet, and Kirby Joseph
division.
Stomped all over my punchline. Thanks. And Kirby Joseph intercepted it. Anyway.
Looks like everybody on the panel is happy Rodgers is out of the NFC.
Oh, we're happy.
Yeah, it's a good thing.
It's a party.
That's a good thing.
It's a good
Look,
thing.
I'm just happy it happened today and not Thursday because, you know, I was thinking about this earlier. I'm like, you know, leave it to Rodgers to make it where this trade happens on Thursday. So the draft is all about Rodgers. So I'm happy it happened today.
Same thing I said.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I mean, I was wrong on my take, but I don't.
Of course, man. Of course.
But obviously, it's. I mean, we're not going to have to deal with this circus going through the draft. And honestly,
so what are you guys going to talk about now then? Guys, hey, we could just talk about the Lions receivers, you know, getting caught for gambling.
I think there's going to be more trades than what people realize.
I agree, Mike. I agree, Mike.
I think this, you know,
I know I'm not taking Stanley Berryhill on my fantasy team this year. So.
You know what's funny though? Every year the last couple years, we said, man, this has not been your usual year, be it in the season or for the draft, right? Like, what is a typical draft? Because this draft looks like it's going to be bonkers with some of the stuff that's out there, right? And when was the last time we had a typical draft, or is typical now batshit crazy every year?
Well, I don't know. That one with Trevor Lawrence, I mean, that one seemed pretty vanilla. I mean,
he's going to the Vikings.
I hear what you're saying, though, Ken. That's a good point. The over-under we've set is 7 trades in the first round, Ken Dobie, for this year. Last year, there were 9 trades in the first round. What do you think this year?
Well, are we including the one that's already happened or the 2 that have already happened now for the first round?
No, we're talking about in the first round draft day trades.
On draft day? Yeah, I think that's a good 7 sounds. Yeah, I could see that. I could see 10. I mean, it depends how crazy it gets. It depends what happens with the Texans at number 2 if they don't take quarterback. It depends on what Arizona does if they trade out or take something. Maybe they take a quarterback. I mean, this draft, within the top 4, I think there's only one team you can easily predict, and the Colts are taking a quarterback, right?
Yeah.
After that, we could probably figure that Carolina is taking a quarterback. It's just which quarterback is it going to be, right? Is it going to be Richardson, or is it going to be Bryce Young? So, but after that, it's crazy. I mean, there's no telling. And the thing is, even like Detroit at 6, are they going to, if Carter's there, they take it. Are they going to trade back? Are the Bears going to trade back? Is Green Bay going to make another trade? Or better yet, is Green Bay going to draft a wide receiver in the first round, which I hope they do?
Yeah.
We all do. Ken Dobie, give me a draft day prediction that's absurd. Just something that you feel might happen that everybody will shit their pants. Oh my God, Ken called that. What do you think it'll be?
Draft a quarterback.
Actually, along those lines, Green Bay trades back.
Okay.
Again, to get more capital, drafts another quarterback in the late first, early second round.
Okay.
I think Green Bay will take a quarterback in the later rounds of this draft, so as not to put pressure on Jordan Love, but still have someone in the pipeline to develop because we know they love to do that.
Actually, Goodison said that they're looking at a couple in the draft that they like.
And Gutekunst did also say that it was big for them to get it done before the draft, which I thought was interesting with so many people predicting it would be post June 1. He said that getting the capital now, this year's draft capital was paramount to getting this deal done. So I thought that was interesting. Okay. Bill the Packer fan, tell me, what do you think they're going to take in the draft? You still think tight end?
I'm thinking safety, tight end, wide receiver, pass rush, them 4 right there.
Are you okay with Brian Branch at 13?
I don't follow college much, so I can't say.
He's a safety, top safety prospect.
Anybody who's a top safety prospect, I'm more than happy to bring him on.
That's right.
Oh, okay.
That's right.
And 13's not out of the. I mean, a lot of people freak out when you take those type of players in the top 5 or the top 10, but when you start getting out of that, then it's kind of like all bets are off. That's where you get your top end tight ends, safeties, and linebackers.
And don't forget, folks, join us for our draft special on Thursday the 27th, where we'll say, "Hey, Bill, what'd you think of that pick?" And he goes, "Oh."
I'm going to turn to my analyst and see what he thinks.
That's right. That's right.
Hey, Greg, what do you
His
think?
insider.
Can you give us?
There you go.
Hey, Mike, can you give us the latest on whatever Bill Belichick is talking about? I need to get you up first. Hold on a minute. There you go.
Yeah.
Can you give us?
Yeah, hold on. I got that right here. Bill Belichick said, that's it.
Yeah, I like
the usual from Bill Belichick. I believe the Patriots will trade back. I think people are going to want to get that 14th pick, and they're notorious for trading back to the back of the first round, where they always find there's so much good talent after pick 18 in this draft. Don't you guys think?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I definitely could see the Patriots moving back out of 14.
Depending on your needs,
that's the highest I can remember them drafting in a long time is at 14. So,
do you guys think the Bears will move back again?
I think they very well could be. If these quarterbacks slide, there'll be teams begging the Bears to get in at 9, and then they'll slide back like Tennessee at 11, Washington at 16. They'll still get a good tackle or a good offensive lineman and some more draft capital. And I think Ryan Poles would definitely jump on that. He's proven himself so far to be pretty savvy.
Yeah.
Right.
What's going to be interesting is where certain skilled players or weapons go. Like, how far back does Bijan fall because of quarterbacks and other things? How far back does Joey Porter Jr. go? Or does he even make it as far back as where Pittsburgh's now sitting at 18? Yeah. So there's, like if let's say Bijan is it for the Bears, and they can trade back. And now with King Henry going to the Eagles, well, they're not taking Bijan. So, okay, if I can go back to where Washington sits and now draft Bijan, which would make Mike a lot happier than taking him at 9, then maybe that's something he does. I mean, this draft is so unpredictable, and the Bears in particular can go in one of about 5 different directions and be okay. You could go with Bijan. You can go with a defensive end. You can go with a offensive lineman. You can go with a corner.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
It's not that. In some cases, that's some depth.
Is the Derrick Henry trade final?
What now?
Henry trade final?
Not yet.
Not yet. It hasn't been officially announced.
I'd like to add to Ken's. Ken is high on Robinson. You think the Bears are going to get him? I personally think if Ski and Paris Johnson Jr. is there at 9, they're going to trade back. I've been saying it from day one. They're going to get a tackle. That's our most need. A running back is not our most need, in my view. We need offensive line, possibly defensive line help before we even look at the running back position.
I agree.
I guess it depends.
I agree. Ken is high on something.
It depends on what you look. If you want weapons, like there's some people whose train of thought is you can never have enough weapons. Bijan is a hell of a freaking weapon. Right.
Yeah, but you already got running back. You already got Justin Fields as a running back. You don't need another one.
Okay, John Dorn, whatever.
Oh, we got Herbert back in
that's John, let me know when you get something new to say. You've been saying that since last year, so just control off the lead, get a new saying. But I mean, like, if you can add Bijan, let's say you go to
his stats don't lie. He's not a very good passer.
Okay, Bill. Well, okay, Bill, if you say so. But like I said, going back to the actual non-homer argument that those other two pack turds want to make, if you can add a great weapon to Bijan and you move back to let's say where Washington's at, and you can get Bijan as a great weapon, then yeah, because you can still get good offensive linemen later in the second round.
Okay.
So you don't have to. Right. You don't have to take that offensive lineman in the first round. You can move back. If Bijan's there at say at 15 and you can trade back to it and get it, hell yeah, you do it. And then you get you draft 2 or 3 linemen in the second round, and you can still get quality there. The only
we can the other way around also.
You can put
no, not even close.
You still suck.
I'm just not high on a running back with the needs that we have. That's just me personally. I like Herbert. Right. Give him a chance to do it.
I love Herbert.
It's like the two sides of your brain just arguing with each other.
Yeah, Herbert's amazing. Ken, I think you need to give Herbert. Look, man, last year
I like Herbert.
Yeah, he's a great change of pace back, man. Don't give up on that kid yet. I know he got injured last year, but this kid is super dynamic, man. And I don't give Bear fans many compliments because without that 85 season, I've said it before and I'll say it again, you're the Chicago Lions. So don't give up on Herbert, man. Run with that kid, man. You got a nice big back and Devontae Foreman. I get the Bijan Robinson hype. Look, man, he's the best prospect since Saquon Barkley, possibly going all the way back. Yeah. Possibly going all the way back to AP, man. Look, I get that, man. But you got to look along this line, man. Look at what the rest of the people in this division are doing. It's all offensive and defensive line, man. If the Bears continue, and look, the Bears offensive line played a lot better than Bears fans give him credit for. Tevin Jenkins, PFF graded, 3rd highest graded guard last year. You guys picked up Nate Davis. Solidify that O-line, man, because I'm telling you, man, with James Houston, Aiden Hutchinson, Rashawn Gary coming back, Danielle Hunter, Marcus Davenport, as of now, Zadarius Smith, you need to build that offensive line, man, or you're going to continue to see Justin Fields kind of just squabble around back there, and then you guys come up with more excuses for why he didn't perform.
And Greg, I don't disagree with you. I 100% do not disagree with you. The key thing, though, you said on Herbert, he's a great change of pace back. He's not my every down back. I love Herbert. I think he's great in the role he plays. I don't see him as my every down back. And look, let's say we were going to take Carter at 9 originally, we weren't taking an O-lineman in the first round anyways. A lot of people have taken a defensive edge. So we've got 3 picks in the second round right now as it stands. If we trade back, maybe we end up with 4. So that's what I'm saying. If you go back to 15, you can add a weapon who might be the best running prospect since AP or King Henry. Then you grab them because you've got 4 picks in the second round to address O-line, D-line situations.
Right.
And it's too simple.
Right, absolutely.
Okay. I see the Eagles. The Eagles are going to get fucking Robinson.
King Henry's traded there.
It's looking like they're going to get Derrick Henry, John Dorn, and then they wouldn't take. They definitely would not take.
Oh, they get him! Holy shit! Yeah.
But we do want to welcome from the Frozen Tundra Network another Packer fan. It is Nick Green. How are you today, Nick?
Doing good. Lakers about to win tonight, and the draft's coming up on Thursday. I'm excited for that.
That's right.
Are you in the camp where you're glad to see Aaron Rodgers go, or are you kind of sad to see him go?
So I'm sad to see him go, but that sadness, dissolved over the last month. So sucks to see him go. I'm glad that it finally happened because this was a circus, obviously. Yeah. I'm one of it's like a 50-50 right now where I know Bill and everyone else, they thought that the trade was really good. I'm on the opposite spectrum where I didn't like the trade.
Break it down, Nick. What didn't you like about it? What part?
First of all, I didn't like so the swap from 13 and 15, it's just an irrelevant part of the trade. People are like, we got the swap. It's 2 spots. We're probably going to get the same guy.
Yeah, but that's equal to a third.
Let him finish.
Let him finish.
Rule number 3.
I just thought that.
Fuck the same rules. Fucking Lions rules.
That was like how can I say, like a sprinkle on top of the cupcake where they're trying to make it this thing. And to me, it's irrelevant. It's like, we'll get the same guy. But so the second round pick I like, but the next year where it's like, so you get a second round pick, unless he plays 65% of snaps, then you get a first round pick. Cool. But here's the thing. He got hurt like 500 times last year. Who's to say that he doesn't just sit out this time if he gets hurt again? So that's a real possibility. Yeah. And if he does play the whole year, the Jets are going to the playoffs and we get a shitty late round pick anyways.
Yeah.
I thought that Rodgers was more valuable than that, but apparently a lot of people didn't feel he was.
Okay. Good take, man.
Right. That's excellent.
I mean, they definitely could have held out to try to get a guaranteed first round draft pick. I think what happened is like I think one of our panelists said, or maybe it was somebody in the comments said that they really put some pressure on the Jets by floating out there all these other offers that were coming in, and then the thought of them going to the Niners really lit a fire under the Jets. Said, "Man, we're going to be stuck with Nathaniel Hackett and Alan Lazard if we don't get this done." God, no one wants that. So I think that really put the pressure on to get Rodgers signed and get this deal done. And everyone here is happy. We're in the camp of good riddance. And for the Packer fans, it's good riddance, so we can move on to Jordan Love. Want to remind everyone about the draft special, April 27th, 7 p.m. Eastern time. We'll all be here. I think we're up against it, guys. Anybody with any parting shots? Mike the Bear fan, we'll start with you since you've been gone for so long. Congratulations on your recovery from the operation too, Mike.
hey, I actually chimed in that night. It was just a fake.
Yeah,
big
I loved it. I thought it was great.
But no,
be sure to check out
ready.
Mike the Bear fan on YouTube.
Actually, Hallis Hall Report on YouTube, Mike the Bear fan page on Facebook. But yeah, I'm excited for the draft. This is the best draft I've been excited about in a decade, honestly. I think there's going to be a lot of trades. I didn't answer it before, but I believe there's going to be about 11 trades, I feel, in the first round. A lot of people are going to move.
The over. Oh, okay. Did I forget to get you on that one, Mike? I'm sorry.
Always, but it's cool. I always go back to it.
I think I got Ken's Bear take on that one, so I just wasn't double dipping on Bears. So anybody else, Bill the Packer fan, any parting shots before we go?
He left for a second.
He's gone. Russell Wayne, any parting shots before we go?
Yeah, I just threw the YouTube into the comments, and we would love you guys to subscribe to the YouTube channel, because that's one of the spots that we are going to be broadcasting our second annual draft special. I'm really excited about this. This is becoming like a really, really fun thing. It's a lot bigger this year than it was last year, and I only expect it to get better and better and better. We got a great panel of people that are going to be on during their picks. Mike the Bear fan's going to be here. Bill the Packer fan's going to be here. We're going to have Jamez. They're going to be on during the Vikings pick, and we're going to cover the whole thing. So if you don't have cable and you just want to tune in to listen to us dumbasses talk about the draft, we're going to give you the correct draft, and we'll give it to you in the right order. But I'm just not going to look good like Braylon Edwards or, somebody famous.
We're also going to watch all of us be wrong about who we think we're going to pick.
Yes.
Yes, of course.
Every year.
100% of the time.
Yes.
Yeah. But
except Bill, because he'd be like, I don't even follow college. I don't know.
At least he's honest.
You know how I'm going to deflect that? I'm going to say,
Stop playing with us.
Man, I told you, man.
I told you.
Yeah.
I've been predicting that all month, man.
That's right. That's right.
So be sure to tune in. Check it out. Thanks, everyone, for joining. For the entire panel, I'm Main Event Mike saying God bless each and every one of you. Peace out. Thanks for watching.
Bear down.
One pride, bear down.
Fair.